Hi everyone, welcome back to our continuing series on using GIS to analyze the Vietnam War. This is episode 5, and today we're going to wrap up loading our Vietnam War era data sets, add a topographic layer, and then use everything we've built so far to create our first printable map. If you followed along so far, your QGIS window should look something like this, and you should already have your regional data, Southeast Asia friendly forces, enemy base areas, and the ESRI imagery base map. If any of these are missing, pause and go back to episode 4 before continuing. Next, we're going to load the remaining Vietnam War data sets. Just like before, remember that in QGIS, you always want to load the .shp file for each data set. Now go to Layer, Add Vector Layer, and now load the following. The Viet Cong Initiated Incident File, or VCIIF, the Terrorist Incident Reporting System, or TIRS, the Greg Ethnic Overlay, and the Hamlet Evaluation System, or HES. For now, we're only going to load the HES 1967. As you work on your projects, the other years are available if desired. I'll explain each of these data sets in future videos. Once each layer is loaded, style them the same way you styled the earlier layers. Right-click on the layer, open the properties, go to Symbology, and load the appropriate style. All right, now that our historical data is in place, let's add something that helps us understand why events happened where they did. Topography. Friendly units often followed roads, while enemy units followed jungle rat lines between base areas to avoid those roads. Rivers were hotly contested paths, especially in the 4th Corps tactical zone. To add topography, we'll be using raster data from the shuttle radar images. First, download the topo.zip file from the course website and unzip it into your main GIS project folder. Inside, you should see a DEM, or Digital Elevation Model, a Hillshade raster, and styles for each. Add these to the QGIS, go to Layer, Add Raster Layer. First select the Hillshade file, then repeat the process with the DEM file. Once both layers are loaded, right-click each layer, open Properties, apply the appropriate style included in the data set. Hillshade for Hillshade and Topo Style for DEM. Drag both layers to the bottom of your Layers panel with the DEM on top. You should now see terrain shading and elevation appearing underneath your vector data. Topographic map design can get very detailed very quickly. There are endless ways to adjust color maps, shading intensity, transparency, and more. For this project, though, the setup works well. It adds terrain context without overpowering our incident or force data. Now let's turn it into a printable map. Turn off all layers except for the province and core layers for clarity while we learn this step. In QGIS, go to Project Layout Manager. A layout is your map design screen. Give your layout a name, then click OK. Your title might be something like Long An Province 1967. You'll now be in the Layout view. Save the map now to your QGIS folder and do so frequently from this point so that you don't lose your hard work. Now, first click Add Map, then click and drag a box to place the map on the page. You can resize it later if needed. To move the map on the design, use the Move Item Content tool to pan the map inside the frame and the Select Move Item to move the entire map on the screen. Depending on your province or region, you also may want to switch between portrait and landscape mode. Go to Layout, Page Properties, and choose. Next, we're going to add some basic elements every map should have. Add a legend for your layers, add a scale bar, add the north arrow, add a text box to explain the map and data for the viewer, and add a text box for a title. Don't worry about making this perfect. This is your first draft map. To make the map look cleaner, here are a few pointers. This is more art than science. What looks good to you and what will best convey your story to the viewer is what is right. To adjust the text size in the title and text box, click the box with the Select Item tool active. On the right panel, select the tab Item Properties, highlight your text, and select the font drop-down. Go to the top and increase to the desired size. You can also change the font here. While you're at it, go back to the map and move the boxes where you want them. To zoom into the map frame, use the Item Select to select the map, then the tab for Item Properties. The scale shows here. Change it to a larger number to zoom out, a smaller one to zoom in. Just experiment a little. Change the arrow by selecting it and go to the arrow file and choose one. For the scale bar, select it, then play with the styles and units. For the legend, it will automatically load with all layers in your layers panel, even if they are not used on this map layout. Select the legend, and then you can choose symbols on the left or the right and create a title, and more importantly, exclude the unused items for clarity by clicking in this box. There are many more possible adjustments for each, but this is good for now. Now let's print. After saving the file, now save it as either a JPEG or a PDF and print. At this point, you should have all major Vietnam War data sets and topography raster layers loaded. You also have your first printable map layout created in QGIS. Lastly, we want to link the changes on the map view to the layout. Click the Select Item and select your map frame. In the Item Properties tab to the right, click Select Map Extent. Now, every time you change the layers view, your map should update. If not, click the Update Map Preview. You can add more layers, and that should now reflect on the map. In the next episode, we'll focus on analysis tools, which are the heart of this project, and start using it to answer historical questions. As always, pause, rewind, and experiment, and I'll see you in the next video. So make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notifications bell so that you're alerted to it.